Trans-Nzoia County has produced approximately 4 million bags of maize. Of course, that is reason enough for many people to celebrate in this particular county. But yes, while many are celebrating, many are also worried because the government has said it can only absorb 1 million bags. Then the question that begs is that where are the remaining 3 million bags going to? Of course, we're here with the governor of Trans-Nzoia County, George Natembeya, who is actually going to tell us what plans he has in terms of ensuring that, of course, farmers do not feel the pinch, and also that they put in place mechanisms that will ensure that indeed the 3 million bags that are out there are actually taken care of. Karibu sana, Your Excellency. And we go straight into it. Bumper harvest, we're supposed to be celebrating, but even as we celebrate, we're actually worried that 3 million bags are out there and we really don't know what will happen.
Actually, the correct position is that this year we are going to harvest over 6 million bags, not 4 million. Of course, the government is buying 1 million bags at 4,000 shillings. And this is not just from Trans-Nzoia alone, from all parts of this country that produces maize. We want, first of all, to thank the government for this intervention because the national government is under no obligation to buy maize. But we welcome this intervention because it will do one thing. It will stabilize prices. It's going to improve price. Because currently, I think farmers are selling their maize at about 3,000, 3,500. I'm sure the government offer is going to push this price upwards. We are not worried because the market has other players who, if they did genuine business, will not be worried. But most of them are more interested in taking advantage of the situation and basically robbing farmers.
And Your Excellency, just before you continue, you said if they're interested in doing genuine business. We all know businessmen across the world that some of them are not so interested in terms of ensuring that the farmer gains more, but they are more interested in ensuring that they gain more. How then do we navigate to ensure that at the end of the day, farmers of this county, farmers of this country actually get more from their toil?
First of all, it's just to appeal to these so-called business people, which of course are keen to flogging a dead horse, for them to do business, to do genuine, because we're going to sell to them good products. So they also should come with them with a clean heart, knowing that they're coming to do a business. But then, as a county government, also we are sensitizing our farmers and actually to form marketing cooperative societies. Because these traders come as a group, they sit somewhere and agree on the price, and therefore they confront the farmer like that. Each of them will be telling the farmer that price that they have agreed on. But when our farmers, because they're the ones who are doing all the farming and incurring all these costs, to be prepared and therefore set the prices for themselves. That these traders will come and they find that we have got our own prices that we are going to sell our maize to. Of course, during harvest, we've got very challenges. You see the weather, then of course the issues of moisture content, some bit of thefts in the farm here and there, and therefore the farmer is under some kind of pressure to dispose of the product. As a county government, we have constructed about 8 stores in all our sub-counties. We had also to encourage farmers to store their maize there as we wait for the prices to stabilize. Number 2, county government has dryers, about 2 of them that we want to deploy, and the national government also is going to supply us with some dryers. They come a bit late for this year, but I'm sure subsequently it's going to do a lot of good because it won't be relying mainly on the sun, but we'll be drying our own maize. Because when the maize is dry, storing it's not a big challenge. It's not a big challenge. Yeah. So are some of the and then of course the warehouse receipting system that somehow our farmers have not been able to embrace it, but it's very good because you'll take your maize, you'll be given that receipt, and with that receipt you can even undertake some of these basic things. You can even pay fees. You can buy Christmas for your children because normally the price, because around the end of the year people want to have some money for end of year festivities. You can use that receipt to do all those things as even you wait for the price to stabilize. Those are some of the very serious
you put in place, and my question still tags along that, because I wanted to ask myself. I have 100 bags of maize. my son is supposed to go to school, or I'm supposed to undertake other activities in the home, right? How then do you convince me to continue keeping my maize and sell and wait until it is actually 6,000, yet I can actually sell it now and address this small issue that is actually harassing me in the home?
The answer, that warehouse receipting system that I have explained, and also as a county government, we wanted to work with some people who had shown a bit of interest in off-taking. They wanted to off-take, and some bank had shown an interest in funding them, so that they'll come and take the maize. Yeah, of course we are agreed that maybe by January or February the price per bag was about 6,000. So as they take the maize, they give you half of that, half of that price, and then of course you will not be able to sort out your financial needs because the price, but they can't really postpone them. Then once the prices improve, you come for the other, for the balance. So just a matter of having this off takers and having the financials come on board with the county government, we will be able to deal with this problem. But ultimately, our people also must cooperate with us, and they must also have some kind of patience, because you've waited from March to about September, October to harvest. But then you cannot wait for another 3 months after harvesting for you to get good prices. Because there's maize glut at that time, the price will just have to be depressed. But if our farmers were a bit patient also, this idea of people saying that too much financial needs and people can't wait, then they have to sell. In any case, if you've got 100 bags, why do you sell all of it?
You probably sell a few to ensure that
sort out your pressing financial needs, then now the rest you can sell after the price have stabilized.
ultimately, Bwana Governor, what I see is a cry for long-term solutions in terms of value addition. How then do we navigate to ensure that we actually put in place these mechanisms to ensure that our farmers ultimately, actually in terms of value addition, so that they can actually reap more from what they're doing?
But the problem again, before you even go to that, there's this element of price manipulation is the biggest problem. If we left everything at the market forces of supply and demand, we will not have any problems. But the same fellows who are buying maize from farmers are just talking here in Ngitale. So you'll go to the mill, I don't have maize. There's no maize on the market, and now we're saying there's a glut here. Where is the maize? Somebody's holding that maize. And they're the same ones who are going out to release this maize in very small portions, and therefore again increasing the prices. Now, in terms of, we've been selling maize as a raw material, the grain, for the longest time, and it has not really served us well because poverty levels have been going up. We are now thinking of value addition, and that's why last month we did groundbreaking for the county aggregation and industrial park somewhere in Kwanza, Namandala farm of Edis Namandala farm. One, it will sort out the problem of aggregation. As I said, as farmers will aggregate our products there and then sell as producers. And then number two, because we have industrial parks there, we're inviting investors also want to maybe to make flour, because they may just be there, they'll have space in that industrial park. So we want to, at some point, to be selling flour made from Kitale, made from Trans-Nzoia. Of course, we've been doing it. There is that kind of intervention, but it's not like scale. It's small, and we cannot really offtake all the maize available. But that's the direction that we are going. We'll have land, we'll have, of course, animal feeds. Many farmers here have taken up dairy farming, and the cost of feeds is very high. We'll be able to get even animal feeds from the kites.
Your Excellency, the other thing that is coming into the equation now is the issue of El Nino. Of course, the government has said that various parts of the country are actually expected to experience El Nino, and of course it comes with its destruction. But in Trans-Nzoia County, it also means that then we cannot properly dry our maize, and we can also have that maize from our shambas into safer spaces. How then do we navigate through this?
We are prepared for El Nino. Of course, the information we're getting is that Trans-Nzoia will get slightly higher than normal rainfall. Generally, we normally get very good rainfall. So we're going to expect a bit higher than that. But that problem is already being addressed, being mitigated, because we've embraced our farmers to do harvesting now, and most of them have already done a lot of a lot of harvesting, and I've already said, of course, I've got the issue of dryers and the storage facilities at our NCBB. Last week here, we were with the managing director of National Cereals and Produce Board. He was here with the principal secretary for crops, Kialo Harsama, and they were looking at our stores here, whether the dryers were working with a sufficient space. They can confirm that the dryers are functional and there's sufficient space. So, and again, the price for drying have been reduced, I think from 62 shillings per 90 kilogram bag to about 30 shillings, actually less than half, to encourage more farmers to bring their produce for drying at the NCBB. So when the situation becomes dire and there's no room for sun drying, then we've got the option of taking our maize to the NCBB for it to be dried there and actually to be stored there.
One farmer told me today that just as much as he's worried, he also worried that electricity in this county is also not very reliable. That even today you're actually having a meeting to ensure that last mile connectivity.
Electricity everywhere in Kenya has challenges. Actually, I was just with the county manager here, and I was asking why normally when there is rain, power disappears. And he gave all sorts of reasons.
There'll be lots of rain during El Nino.
Yeah, including, of course, lightning, trees falling on power lines, some of them getting uprooted. The issue challenge that we've had over the years. But I believe NCB should be having backup generators to be able to do that. But then, of course, eventually, given the stability with the power provider, many people have been opting for alternatives. We can do solarization, but those are long-term interventions.
Your Excellency, in conclusion, given all the challenges that we're actually facing, the picture does not look very pretty for the farmer. How then do we convince him or her to continue with this very tedious work of producing for the country, yet there are so many challenges along the path?
The challenges are just normally at post-harvest, when we have a lot of post-harvest losses, and when these criminals masquerading as traders come to basically from the farmer. But the government has actually put in place measures to ensure that farming is not as burdensome to the farmer as always been. First of all, the national government, of course, has reduced the cost of fertilizer from about 7,000 to 3,500 for this year, and subsequently, from next year, we're going to have it at 2,500. As a county government of Trans-Nzoia also, this year we gave a lot of seed, free, high quality seed. Actually, that's why we have got the bumper harvest this time around. And we're planning also to do the same for the next year's planting season, and we give it in good time, and also try to assist farmers, especially those ones that are very low socioeconomic status, including the elderly, those who are sick, orphans, widows. We're also going to give them some fertilizer that is suitable for our soils, so that even at the end of the year, if there's some losses, but you can be able to balance. That you've not put in too much, and then again you're losing too much. One way to put in so little, produce so much, so that you can even take care of some of those losses at the end of the year. But eventually, we don't want to have post-harvest losses because they're almost predictable. We've always known that from October, we're going to harvest, that there's going to be rain. But every year, the same song. We are going to be ready next year. All I'm asking for our farmers to be cooperative and embrace some of these interventions. Of course, previous some of our farmers were coffee farmers, coffee producers, and they had some very nasty experience with cooperative societies. So you will deliver your products, but then when it comes to payment, you hear a lot of stories, mismanagement, generally a lot of governance and integrity issues. So they're a bit reluctant to embrace this idea of marketing cooperatives. But we want to assure them that we operate in a different environment so they can come on board. As I said, they have to cooperate for us to assist them. You can't force somebody to bring their produce to you. They have to be convinced that something good's going to come out of it. And I'm sure if they come to us with all these types we're going to have, with the stores that we have, with the dry that we're going to procure, and more from the national government, I think the problem of post-harvest loss is going to be addressed.
Your last word to your electorate.
El Nino seems like it's real. they should not doubt the weatherman. They've been saying that the prediction is the opposite. If they say it's going to rain, it won't rain. But from the look of things, we're going to have a lot of rainfall. We want them to be careful. All the alerts that we're going to issue, they should be able to take them seriously. We have a command center that's going to operate 24/7. We've got a toll-free number. Is it 800724 toll-free. That should be able to call. We are going to station ambulances at strategic places and other vehicles that we are going to require evacuation. People will be evacuated very quickly. We are going to convert some of our schools into rescue centers, especially in areas of Namanjalala, where we are very sure that there's going to be serious flooding, and we're going to provide basic facilities, including toilets and provision of some foodstuffs and medicines, so that when they are required, they are reached very quickly.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Bwana Governor. That is Governor of Trans-Nzoia County, George Natembeya, of course, giving us details of exactly what his county is doing in terms of ensuring that the farmer out there does not feel the pinch in terms of being exploited by market forces, even as they go out to sell their maize, but also ensuring that indeed post-harvest losses do not exceed the levels or do not go beyond the levels that are expected. Of course, we'll be keeping a keen eye on what will be happening in this county and, of course, across the county. So then we get to see what the government, and of course, county governments will be doing in preparedness of El Nino and ensuring that indeed the farmers that go to the fields to farm and farm for and produce foods for this country do not lose it. My name is Achula Simon, and back to you.